Family, this is Zion. Listen, I want to talk to you today concerning from pain to power. From pain to power. Right now, I'm meditating on Joseph from the Old Testament in Scripture and the life of Joseph. I've read it many times before. This is a particular season in my life where I really need to revisit that, and I need to draw something from it from right here and right now. And oftentimes we will read something 21 different times, but on that 22nd or 23rd time, a light bulb goes off in our brains because at that particular place in time, in that season of our lives, is what we did not need before, but we need right now. And it becomes illuminating. The story of Joseph, he was 17 years old, envied by his brothers. They wanted to kill him because of the dreams that he told them that he had concerning his purpose, which he didn't understand at the time. Told his dreams to the wrong people, yet they were being used by God. They threw him in a pit. He ended up in slavery. From the pit, he was falsely accused and wrongfully convicted of attempted rape. He was thrown in prison. And from there, he began to interpret dreams, and it moved him into a position of prominence, and it moved him into a position of power, second in command of all of Egypt. And the interesting part of it all is that the very ones that wronged Joseph in the beginning, which were his brothers, that threw him in the pit, they had to come back to him to be fed. That's right. Joseph stored grain for 7 long years because he knew that a famine would hit the land, and it would cause so much devastation that out of it would be starvation. And he prepared a surplus of food, and his enemies, his own brethren, that threw him in a pit, that caused him to experience slavery, which caused him to be falsely imprisoned and convicted and sentenced, which caused him to be in a position of prominence and power to feed them. That brings to mind that our enemies oftentimes, unbeknownst to them, will be instruments or pawns in God's game to bring us to a position of power and prominence and purpose, that they will have to in many ways come back, and hot coals will be heaped upon their heads. And we don't do this out of malice, but it's just the reality of it. So what am I saying? I want to encourage those out there that received all types of raw deals in life, injustices, and the shame of it, that God is preparing you. And I know it may sound cliche-ish, but as it was in the life of Joseph, who wasn't just an Old Testament story, but a New Testament reality, there are many people out there that have received raw deals. There are many people out there that have been totally wronged, totally destroyed. Marriages destroyed, ministries destroyed, character assassinated. There are many people out there that have experienced with sex just one time, and from that one time contracted a disease that they cannot get rid of. There are many people out there that were falsely imprisoned, that were falsely convicted. There are many people out there that trusted that man, that trusted that woman, got into a matrimony only to find out that they were not the only one. And the marriage was destroyed. The families were destroyed. Financially, they were destroyed. There are many people that went into business with someone that you trusted, and they turned their backs on you, or robbed and stole from you, and caused your business to tank, and you have to start life all over again. I'm talking to you. That I believe that as it was with Joseph, that if it were not for his brothers to throw him into the pit, If he did not experience the pit, he would have not experienced Potiphar nor his wife. He would have never known them, nor prison. But God had to get him to the palace. And oftentimes, God, to get us to a place, we have to endure such a rigorous process unbeknownst to us that we don't like. It's very uncomfortable. It's very unjust, and it hurts. But in the end, when you get to that place of prominence and of power, of prestige, and of purpose, the very ones that wronged you, the very ones that turned their backs on you, the very ones that lied on you, they will see God's glory upon your life. Just want to tell you, don't stop. Don't you throw in the towel. Don't you stop. People are counting on you. There's someone that needs to hear your story and God's glory upon your life. Peace and blessings. If this is real talk, love you to life.